So, for those of you who have been to ribbon cuttings before, this one's just a little bit different from most. We do ribbon cuttings, and we're always really excited to do them, for businesses large and small. Sometimes, we'll do ribbon cuttings at restaurants or even barbershops, hair salons. And, part of the effort there is to, when I show up, we have cameras, we get some free advertising for the business, right? So just to help them, move along and get to be known. This is the first time we've ever done a ribbon cutting the same day the business was featured on Good Morning America. So Stephen J., you don't need us. You really don't. We're just here to mooch food. That's it. I just saw Jay. It'd been a little while. We'd been talking on the phone, but the last time I saw you, I think was when you guys came into my office. When was it? It's like 2.5 years ago in the dead of winter, and you came in to pitch this project to me, and you laid it out. It's I was familiar with Cisco Nantucket, the original, and of course all the restaurants that Steve's created over the years. And you told me you're going to do this complex that's sort of modeled in the image of Cisco, and right here at the Davies Locker site, and well designed, people having fun, great food, great drinks, and all that. And then you stopped, and I was thinking, am I supposed to object to any of this? It's like I don't have any feedback. You guys have perfected it. We're really proud of what you guys have achieved here in lots of ways. To state some of the obvious things, you've turned a site that had been empty for a while into something enormously productive already, even before the ribbon cutting. You've established and planted a great American brand, Cisco, right here in New Bedford. We're very proud of that, Jay. You've created a lot of jobs. I see a lot of kids, roughly my kids' age, as parking attendants and busing tables, and I know they appreciate the income in their summers for sure. But many people, everybody wants to work here this summer, honestly. And you've helped out with the city's tax rolls, which is always important. We thank you for that. And you've just created a lot of fun, opportunities for a lot of fun. People that come to New Bedford, and Lieutenant Governor and I were talking about this, it gives people reason to say, let's go to New Bedford. Let's go spend time in New Bedford. And over my time in office, and Joe Lopes and Ian, Derek Baptiste, everybody here who's been in government will tell you we have strived to create antidotes to the old, gritty, industrial city stigma, right? So anything that's sort of counterfactual, counter-impression for folks, we tout, because we want people to understand that New Bedford is a city that is on the move, a city that is building, a city that people want to be in and raise their kids in, invest in, and live a good life in. And so that's, to my mind, the important role that this will play. And we can't thank you enough. I mean, there are lots of people who try to pull off restaurants on the water in different places. What's different is it's the brand, and it's the know-how. You guys know what you're doing. You deliver a great product. You do everything to perfection, and that is contagious. And so I just want to say, thanks to you for your entrepreneurship and your belief in New Bedford. I want to thank a lot of the folks on the city side. There are lots of them to thank. Derek Santos, where's Derek? Derek's looking out at the water. Our Economic Development Director, Derek Santos. Let's hear it for Derek. Our city's Chief Operating Officer, Christina Connolly, paved the way in so many ways. Our city planner, Jen Coloni, did a great job in helping out through the permitting process. Danny Romanowitz, Nick Nanopoulos from licensing, so many others, and our city councilors who've been instrumental in helping get the city understand just how important this is, because we were just talking about it a second ago. Everybody wants progress, but no one wants change, right? But sometimes progress even can feel a little uncomfortable. And you guys did a great job evangelizing this project, so including Joe Lopes, our city council president, who is also the Ward 6 co-president, who's got a few projects to crow about in his ward, including this. So, Joe, thank you so much. Ian Abreu, who's also wearing the hat of the Chamber of Commerce as well, who's really evangelized the project and supported along the way. And Derek Baptiste, who represents a great deal of the New Bedford waterfront. And we keep having these waterfront press conferences. We're going to do more. Tony Cabral, the state rep for this part of the city. Tony's been a huge supporter of all things South End, all things Peninsula, all things waterfront, and helping businesses really achieve their goals. And this is no exception. And Mike O'Sullivan from the Chamber, who's representing the Chamber today, co-president. Rick Kidder should have been at this one because he lives just up the street, but so we'll give him a mulligan on this. But we really appreciate the Chamber's support along the way and getting the word out. So I don't think I'm forgetting any. I'm going to check my notes just to make sure I'm not forgetting anybody, because this is great stuff. Like this takes a team, and I don't want to leave any team members out, and I am not. The Conservation Commission. Can I forget those guys?
Everyone's favorite one, right?
Yes, yes. Everybody likes to complain about the Conservation Commission, but they came in today. I want to thank. So, before we call up Jay and Steve for a few words about their investment, I want to call up the last person that I really want to thank profusely, and that is Lieutenant Governor Karyn Polito. Understand, she's here not for some photo op. She was actively involved in this project, blocking and tackling, more blocking than tackling, but blocking, because there were lots of state approvals that had to happen. She understood very, very well. She understood very, very well what this project meant to the city, what it meant to Greater New Bedford, what it meant to the Commonwealth in general. And she understands, because she's been in the business of economic development for a long time, that it takes a lot of persistence, a lot of hard work, and it entails delving into the details. You got to get into the details, and sometimes those details aren't exciting, but you got to get into them. So for matters of state licensing, Chapter 91, liquor licensing, all these things, they require a push. These things, a place like this just doesn't happen automatically. It requires a level of exertion, and I can't speak more highly about our Lieutenant Governor, who has really helped New Bedford plow through some obstacles in the last few years to achieve a number of big things, and this is the most recent example. So I just want to say, Karyn, thank you for your efforts, for your believing in New Bedford, and please come on up and say a few words on behalf of your favorite part of the state.
Great, proud of you. Good afternoon. We are not going to complain that it's sunny. It's great. Enjoy the moment. I am so proud and honored to be here with all of you. I came simply just to say thank you for investing in this beautiful city and in this region of our Commonwealth, and how grateful the governor and I are that there are private investors and people like you who are willing to take a risk, take your dollars and invest them into properties to see good things happen. And the government shouldn't be the only driver of progress. You need private sector partners and people like you to make things happen. Let me just start with why you invested here. You need to invest in places where you want to do business, where you think you'll be successful, but that there is an ease of business that will take place. And under Mayor Mitchell, the council, and his leadership team, they have prioritized economic development because they understand that jobs and more revenue to their city allows them to deliver better services to the people of this community. And it's a city that has vision, has plans, but they want to just have more than a plan. They want the action, and they want the reality of seeing things come to fruition. It has been my honor and pleasure to work on behalf of all of the cities and towns of the Commonwealth, but particularly to work with Mayor Mitchell to see his vision and the council's vision for this city come true. And this is one piece of it, along with the whole working waterfront to see our commercial fishermen who are with the mainstay industry that was so important for this city at its beginning and continues to be a vital asset and part of this community, still celebrated and supported in so many ways. And to see a new industry sector in offshore wind be able to have key assets in this community utilized to set up and build and in the long term be able to see the offshore wind development be maintained and operational for many, many years to come. All of that taking place in this great city. There's a lot on this city's plate, and they're managing through it well, and it's a pleasure to see these things happen. I want to thank my colleague in the legislature. We're in your district. This is Representative Cabral, who's been a long time member of the Massachusetts House of Representatives, who I had the opportunity to serve with for 10 years. And I know how much you love this city, your deep connections here, and how proud you are to see the new features of your city come to bloom. Let me just say about this, I come from central Massachusetts, okay? We don't have a waterfront like this, but we have a gateway city where there are hardworking people. We have people who believe in our community, just like you, and they want to see good things happen. This project is transformational, not only because of the sort of the entertainment and the restaurant and all the beautiful amenities that you have here, but it's transformational because it's a big investment in a gateway city that other people will take notice of. That's momentum. That's exciting. For his phone to ring with new people that you haven't met before, to want to say, what are the Silversteins doing? What is Jay Harman doing? Why are they doing this in New Bedford? This must be something happening there that we want to get in on. Because a city like this can offer so much in terms of quality of life, good jobs, and housing, which we need a whole lot more of. And when you put all that together, including investments like the one that the governor and I brought to fruition with South Coast Rail, this is a community that stands on its own 2 feet. And because of investments like yours, there will be many more opportunities for others to partake in the sort of the beautiful things of this region. So, as you know, I'm very proud of what's happening here on the South Coast region of our Commonwealth, but you wouldn't have the ability to see your vision and your dreams come true without private investors like you. So I'm here to say thank you to the mayor, thank you to my colleagues in the legislature. We didn't put the funds into this project, you did. It's your risk, your investment, and we're very happy to see you succeed for many, many years to come. This is a beautiful venue. The final thing I would say, it is challenging enough in normal times to want to open a restaurant and a bar and an entertainment venue. To do that in a pandemic, some might question your business intellect. But clearly you believed in it and you put your shoulder behind it. You plowed right through this past year and a half, and here you have with something outstanding to celebrate. So congratulations, we're very proud of you and very proud that it's called Cisco New Bedford. Congratulations to you.
All right, so want to call up first State Representative Tony Cabral to say a few words. Someone who has proudly represented the peninsula in the state legislature. And then Joe Lopes, who has proudly represented the peninsula in the city council and now is council president. So Tony, come on up.
Well, thank you, good afternoon. It's absolutely fabulous to be here. There's this corner of the South End where everything happens, right? In the peninsula. But, you know, thank you. This is the second event this week that I participate in my district. It is private investment, okay? That's fantastic. That's what we want. What does government really do best? Is pave the way and facilitate that private investors then come in and do the work that they need to do. They know how to do the best. Is really private dollars means a whole lot to us. Now this site I feel like I'm in Florida somewhere, or maybe the Caribbean somewhere, right? But anyway, this is the south end of New Bedford. Really, if you don't realize that, it is. But let me tell you, this site has seen so many transformations, as the Lieutenant Governor said, and thank you for the Lieutenant Governor really to be here. It shows that she's committed to us in the South Coast, she's committed to us in New Bedford, and she's here to make sure that we understand how committed she is really for around economic development and around how the state can best facilitate and private investment. And this is a proof by her being here with us, really shows a whole lot, and we are very appreciative of that. Steve is someone who knows how to make things transform. And as the Lieutenant Governor said, this is a transformative project. And this is what we need in gateway cities. We've been working, I'm the chairman of the Gateway Cities Caucus in the legislature, and we've worked with Mass Development to do transformative projects. Mass Development needs to come here. Yeah. Check this out, because this is the kind of thing that really is transformative. I hope we can have additional projects. The one that we were at yesterday is a transformative project as well, by the waterfront. I'm sure we have others in downtown that Mass Development is working on. And this is how you invest, and this is how you make people look at you and take a second look and invest in communities like ours. So, Steve, thanks. Thank you very much, and your partner as well from Cisco to be involved. I remember Steve when he worked someplace, not in the restaurant business, right? But in this family really started a business in this community not very far from here, South First Street. If you all remember, probably you don't remember, but if you do, look at the history book. And they've been always great investors in New Bedford and greater New Bedford area. And welcome you as well here to New Bedford to invest in this community. So, City Council, thank you very much. They've been very supportive of this. The Chamber, of course. It's nice to see you here, Mr. Sullivan.
Great
right?
to see you.
My goodness, by the water too.
Kidding today.
That's great. So, to all of you, I hope you enjoy. I hope you come here as many times as you can and support this private investment. And there's more to come. Thank you.
So Steve, to you and your family, I want to say thank you. Jay, thank you. I remember a little over 2.5 years ago, Steve called me up and said, "What are you doing on Christmas Eve?" And I was like, "Well, it's Christmas Eve. I don't know." He's like, "Let's have lunch." And we sat down and we had lunch. And he presented his plan and his vision. And I said, "Okay, what do I sign?" I told him then, I said I would do anything that I could to make your vision a reality. And you took a piece of paper and a conceptual drawing and you made it even bigger than what you could put on paper. And I remember explaining it to a couple of my colleagues who are here, Ian Abreu and Derek Baptiste, and explaining what you wanted to do. And it's hard for 11 people in the room to agree on what we're gonna have for dinner, but 11 people all agreed that this is what New Bedford needed. We all saw your vision, we all support your vision. And as the mayor said, it was a combination of state, city, and everybody else getting together. Your bankers here, and we all understand ROI. Your ROI for the city will pay dividends. As more successful Cisco is, as the Lieutenant Governor said, it will pay dividends across the South Coast, but especially across the area, as other people see that New Bedford is a destination. You are an anchor in that destination. We hope you have a long, fruitful career here, and we want to see your continued expansion, because everything that you touch turns to gold, and we wish you nothing but the best. I'm going to invite Councillor Abreu and Councillor Baptiste over. We have a citation for you, and then we'd like to bring the both of you up.
Jay, Steve.
Well, actually, I did enough speaking. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to turn it over to these two gentlemen. They can
Wonderful.
speak.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. Again, congratulations, Jay and Steve, both of you, for what you've done in your investment here in New Bedford. Quickly, before I read this, the mayor talks about the jobs that you've created. I'll put it out there. They have created over 300 jobs in the city of New Bedford alone. And what do you think that equates to in salaries and wages for this community and the greater South Coast? These folks are responsible for over $5 million in salaries and wages for the workforce of greater New Bedford. I think that deserves a round of applause. Thank you for that. With that being said, we have an official resolution, be it hereby known to all, that the City Council of New Bedford, Massachusetts hereby offers its sincerest congratulations to Cisco Brewers Kitchen and Bar in recognition of your ribbon cutting and grand opening ceremony.
The entire citizenry extends its very best wishes on this memorable I'm nervous when I speak. I don't like to speak in front of people.
He needs a drink.
No, I need a drink. On this memorable occasion and express the hope for continued good fortune, given this 15th day of July 2021 by Joe Lopes, Ian Brew, and Derek Baptiste. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
I just want to say a couple things. So I want to introduce two men who've been called crazy countless times in their lives, and have at every turn proven others wrong. They've been willing to take on risk. They've had dreams, but have understood that dreams require work. Dreams require persistence, and they require attention to detail, and they require adherence to excellence. And that's what you see here, and that's why it's been so successful. So I just want to thank both of you guys for your commitments and for making it happen right here in our great city. So
Yeah, thank you, sir.
thank you guys. The floor is yours.
You want to say something, Jay?
If you were 3 feet tall, Jay, this would be set up.
I think when you mentioned 2.5 years ago at the meeting that you really didn't have any comments because you loved the project, I think, what you did ask us was, can you do one thing? Can you put New Bedford on the logo?
Oh, that's right, I did, yeah.
And I said, with the brand being built the way it was, starting from Nantucket, that was our point of origin. Picking up that logo and our brand and bringing it somewhere, you have to have trust. And I trust in this guy.
You didn't know who the hell I was.
There's a lot of trust here, and everyone here that helped us along the way.
Yeah.
So exciting. I mean, look at this place. We've actually been open for 2 weeks now, and it's been unbelievable. So the line out the door every day. We're getting ready to activate the outside here. Steve's starting the food. This is going to be the spot. We're so proud to be able to say New Bedford on the logo, so I appreciate that.
You bet. Absolutely. Thank you.
So I wrote a very long speech, but I'm not going to go through that. I'm just kidding. I actually have a lot to say, but I won't bore you with the details. The first thing is, and I know it might sound corny, but it's very heartfelt, is the project wouldn't have happened without the mayor's support in the city council. That's where we began this journey. And the crazy thing is, we showed him a drawing that kind of looked like this, but it came out as good or better, as the mayor said, than what we envisioned. And so we're really proud of this place. But the support of the mayor, the support of Christina and Derek and conservation, yeah, you have what you do. It takes a lot of perseverance to get through this all, but we persevered, as Lieutenant Governor said, through COVID, and Jay kept pushing me, should we open it, should we open it? I was like, no, Jay, we shouldn't. So, and I'm honored to work with Jay. I worked very hard, as does Jay, but this guy's got the Midas touch. Look at his track record, he has a Midas touch, and that's why I hitched my wagon to him and went in with Cisco, New Bedford. But the Lieutenant Governor, we're just honored to have her attention, her interest. We see her locally. She's incredibly supportive. She's there to help, and so we just feel blessed to have so much support. Clearly, I know this is, my wife Judy, who's standing over there. She's really the workforce behind it. I sit around and create these ideas and these to-do lists, and Judy gets it all done. It's just kind of how it works. James Trabino, my partner in business. My son Will, in case you didn't know. People go to him and say, hey Steve, people come to me and say, is your father around? So I take it as an honor. I'm not really sure how he feels about it. But somebody touched on this. People say to me, I could be in Key West, or I could be in San Diego, or I could be in the Caribbean, and what makes me probably the happiest thing when they say that, and when I come here and see what goes on, is that this is New Bedford. And the Silversteins have been in business for 120 years, continuous operation for 120 years. I got a couple of years left in me. My son has probably 30 or 40, so we're going to at least hit the 150-year mark. We love New Bedford. The mayor uses the word stigma. There's no more stigma in New Bedford. New Bedford is the cool place to be. And we're honored to be here. We love New Bedford, and we're happy to bring something that we think is nationally recognized. It was on the national TV today, but we're happy that it's in New Bedford. So thank you for all your support.
Congratulations.
Well done. So, all right, so we're going to cut the ribbon. I want two other people I wanted to thank, especially because they live in the neighborhood and have roles to play in it. Eddie Craig from the licensing board. If you screwed up anything, you would know it because he's just down the street. Ed, thank you. Carlos DeCuna, your banker, he lives even closer to here. He wouldn't have given you the money if you screwed anything up. So Carlos, thank you. All right, so we're gonna cut some ribbon. We're gonna cut some nylon somewhere. All right, ready on 3. 1, 2, 3.